gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's get into the video.
We've learned the name of the man shot and killed in Uptown Saturday morning. Police say 37-year-old Arleigh Bryant was killed around 2 on North College Street near East 6th Street.
Wow. So we have another brother who was shot and killed, this time in Charlotte, North Carolina. And we usually don't talk about Charlotte. I have done some videos on Charlotte. This is Uptown Charlotte. But Charlotte is hot too, man. They are popping off out here in these streets. They're not holding back. From my understanding, this was a mass shooting, meaning 4 or more were shot. So this just adds to another tally, unfortunately, in the community of mass shootings that go unreported. We've had an array of mass shootings over and over and over again, day after day after day even, if not week after week in the community, and it does not get the notoriety that it should, because all of these mass shootings should be held up to the American people so that we can have more awareness, so that we can find some type of solution to this problem. But it looks like you got people outside of this club, things get rowdy, shots go off, and you know, a lot of these events are not safe, okay? When you have a whole bunch of Thug Max Alpha Simps in one vicinity and hood chicks, I mean, it's bound to crack off.
5 other people were hurt. In a Facebook post from Encore Nightclub, they confirmed Bryant worked there. In it, they say their team is heartbroken by the loss.
Wow, so he worked at the nightclub, so he might have even been doing security and maybe tried to bounce somebody. Who knows? But these are all the different scenarios that can happen in a nightclub. You can get in an altercation. You might step on somebody's shoes. You might bump somebody the wrong way. You might brush against somebody's girl. You might knock somebody's drink down. You might, you might be a security bouncing somebody. They get mad, shoot the club up, or come directly targeting you. You never know. Or maybe one of your coworkers bounce somebody and they come back shooting the club up. So all of these factors can play into, you know, the nightlife, and it does get very dangerous if you aren't checking for your surroundings and knowing exactly what you're doing in these venues.
And they also say the shooting did not, quote, stem from any conflict or altercation inside Encore, end quote, and they are fully cooperating with police.
You're watching WSOC tonight. We're live at 11, beginning with 2 people in custody tied to a deadly mass shooting in Uptown Charlotte. Thanks for staying up with us. I'm Erica Bryant.
I'm Scott Wickersham. It was just one case of violence in the city over a 24-hour span that left 1 dead and 7 injured. Channel 9's Jonathan Lowe is live uptown. Jonathan, police had a press conference today calling the gunfire brazen.
Well, Scott, CMPD says you can expect a strong police presence in this part of Uptown Charlotte. In fact, they say Center City has the most officers per block of any part of Charlotte. While CMPD did not release a motive in Sunday's deadly mass shooting, they did say officers seized 7 weapons at the scene.
Following another violent weekend in Uptown Charlotte where 8 people were shot across 2 separate incidents, CMPD officials addressed
8 people shot, 2 separate incidents. They recovered 7 weapons from the scene. Everybody's bringing a toolie in the club, and I don't know if they're getting patted down. Obviously, they're not. This causes issues. I mean, we just aren't getting it together as a community, and it feels like it's getting worse. It seems like it's getting worse. Everything that we're seeing shows that it's getting worse, not better. And the accountability within the community is quite low as well, because these are the types of stories that should be making headlines. But unfortunately, that's not what's happening, and we're continuing to see the cycle be repeated. And there's not really we just don't have the care to address this situation head on. And it doesn't look like anybody's being honest about, yo, these young cats, man, they are ready to pop off. They're ready to knock things down. Like they have no care in the world. They don't fear, you know, maybe they do fear going to jail or dying, but because of whatever bravado or whatever image that they're trying to portray is so strong amongst them, because of this, that it makes them at least feel like they don't care until they get locked up. Then we know when that sentence comes down from the judge and that judge strikes that gavel, these ninjas be crying and screaming and hollering, and most of them don't end up standing on what they did and the actions that they took. But hey, I mean, it really depends. It really depends on the individual.
Mounting concerns about safety in Center City.
I want the community to be angry about this.
Saturday night, 6 people were shot near the nightclub Encore at the corner of 7th and North College Streets. One of the victims, a club employee, was killed.
We have 2 individuals in custody right now. We believe that multiple people were involved in this incident.
CMPD Deputy Chief Ryan Butler says investigators have reviewed security camera footage he says shows people firing guns and chaos erupting.
You can see some of the individuals who we believe are suspects in the case running past cars with their blue lights on.
Business owners, residents, and even City Councilman Edwin Peacock demanding to know if the violence is specifically tied to nightclubs here.
Regardless of where someone patronized early in the evening, the outcome is not acceptable.
There are also questions about enough police presence in the area, particularly since 13 people have been shot in Uptown in the past month.
Yeah, I can tell you there ain't enough police, but there's probably not enough people volunteering to or applying to be police officers, and there's probably not enough people who want to be police officers. There's probably not enough resources to go around to hire more police officers. So a lot of these cities, growing cities, I wouldn't say Charlotte's a major city, but it's a growing city for sure. You know, these cities here, they just are misallocating the resources. They don't have them for the police, or maybe their leadership is not really prioritizing police officer budgets and whatnot. But I don't believe that, oh, just because they get more money, it's going to be better. I also don't believe in that either. So training goes into it. The resource obviously goes into it. The manpower. I mean, it's more than just a, you know, throw money at it and the problem is fixed situation.
Month alone.
The night of this incident, we had 9 officers working off duty in that block.
Like any other part of town, he says keeping Uptown safe is not an exact science.
It's a continuous evaluation of providing safety and security without overwhelming people with safety and security.
Despite that, he says CMPD is following up with business owners here.
The security practices that they have in place for their patrons.
And CMPD also did not say if the person who died in Sunday's mass shooting, identified as Arlie Bryant, was the intended victim or an innocent bystander caught in the crossfire. The managers of that nightclub also say the issue did not start inside of Encore. Live inside Uptown Charlotte, Jonathan Lowe, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's your boy Jenquavius Jackson, and y'all already know I'm demonetized and shadow banned in this bitch. So if you want to contribute, go to the Cash App, the PayPal, the GoFundMe, or join the Patreon. Also, don't forget to visit the merch store for all your favorite BGZM News 17 gear, including our exclusive Trump is a Blood t-shirt. Go fast before they sell out. They are already flying off the shelves, no cap. And remember, these super gremlins are on demon time.
Men facing charges in connection with a mass shooting that happened over the weekend in Uptown Charlotte. Gunfire killed a nightclub employee and then injured 5 others. The developments come as the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department's union says the only solution to all of the violence is to make changes within the Charlotte City Council. Chief Political Correspondent Andy Weber explains the argument and the response.
Damian Evans Jr. and Sean Cannon are in jail tonight, facing weapons charges in connection.
Damn. So, Sean Cannon looks like I don't know, he looks like there might be a little quiver in there, but Damian, I ain't gonna lie, Damian just looks he's either geeked up or just staring into space. I don't know, either Sean Cannon is really mugging or it looks like the squinch on the left side of his face, our right. To me, it seems like there's a little remorse in that squinch. But Damian, I ain't gonna lie, Damian looks gone, bruh. You know, you can also tell by like the dread style, like cause bro, like I you know, obviously he absolutely gives no F's. He has, you know, it looks like he's going for the matted up look, meaning he's not getting his hair done routinely. Obviously the face tattoos are kind of nuts because we got a star and a crescent here. So he's gone full I'm a gangster, like he's already gone there. Sean, the brow tattoo also kind of tells me that, yo, I'm a gangster too, but he cares because you could tell he recently got his hair done. He just took out whatever protective style he had in. His hair has got the crinkly, so he cares about his appearance. That means he kind of cares about life. And, you know, maybe we might see Sean talking and you know, working with authorities to find out the rest of the participants in this mass shooting. But I ain't gonna lie, Damian, he just looks throwed. Like he looks like it's OV. Like he's kind of got those dead eyes we see here.
With a mass shooting in Uptown that left 1 dead and several others injured early Sunday morning. Court documents say Evans and Cannon fled with a suspected shooter, later leading police on a chase after not pulling over for an attempted traffic stop. Authorities have not identified the suspected shooter. And now CMPD's officer union is weighing in, criticizing city leaders for not supporting stricter enforcement and punishment for those caught breaking the law in and around Uptown.
But it's frustrating when, you know, officers get injured or they get cut, they get hurt, and they're having a fight with these people. And the next thing they know, they find out 6 months later the charges have been dropped or the person has been out of jail.
Union President Daniel Redford going as far to say the only solution is changing who serves on the city council, making a direct appeal to voters.
I think that it's time that we have a fresh reset, that we get city council members in there who will actually speak out when criminals victimize our citizens, instead of only coming out and commenting when it's an officer that does something wrong.
Councilmember Malcolm Graham and Mayor Pro Tem Dante Anderson, who both represent Uptown, did not respond to multiple requests for comment. Reporting in Uptown, I'm Andy Weber, Queen City News.
Breaking news now, an update on this weekend's mass shooting in Uptown Charlotte. Right now, 2 suspects are now facing charges in connection with the incident. According to court records, 2 gentlemen who you see right here, Damian Evans Jr. and Sean Cannon, are now both facing weapons charges for the shooting. And right now, also, Cannon is charged with eluding arrest and accessory after the fact. According to the documents, investigators say the 2 men and the suspected shooter fled the scene in a vehicle together and then later led police on a chase after not pulling over for an attempted traffic stop. Authorities have not identified the suspected shooter at this point in the case, but the 2 men facing charges are now both being held in the Mecklenburg County Jail without bond. Police responded to North College Street early Sunday morning for reports of gunfire, and they found 6 people had been shot. One person, Arlie Bryant, who was an employee at the Encore Nightclub, died from his injuries. Witnesses say the incident started a fight now, as they're now investigating this case, and this happened inside the club from what we're being told. But owners and court records now say the shooting happened outside of it.
Gang violence and other kind of violence. So it is what it is.